Picture this, you buy a game, take it home, insert the disc, and it just works. No downloading a 10GB day one patch, no Ultimate Premium Gold Deluxe Early Access Edition with bonus horse armor, that just lets you beta test it 3 days early for the devs.
Bugs everywhere.
No wondering if it'll even be playable in 6 months. It just
works. I'm not kidding.
No, I'm not speaking some forbidden blockbuster dialect. Once upon a time, releasing finished games was the standard. Now even physical copies are basically cosplay. The new Doom only shipped with like 400 megabytes on the disc. You had to download the remaining 80 gigabytes. And for a lot of the players, those updates just made the game crash.
How'd I miss? Oh my god, why?
Incredible. Thanks again, Bethesda. So what are we even buying anymore? What changed? Why are we paying full price for what feels like alpha builds, with AAA marketing budgets? Back in the PS2 and Xbox days, games had to ship done. There were no day one patches. If you released a broken game, that mistake lived on forever. On every disc, on every shelf, preserved in plastic and chain. So developers had to finish things. They playtested like crazy. They triple checked every bug because once it shipped, that was it. Sure, there are exceptions. Sonic 2006 existed. But alongside the disasters, games like Halo 3, Metal Gear Solid 4, and the God of War 2 hit shelves. Not perfect, but finished on disc, day one. Now, games cost hundreds of millions and somehow launch in worse shape than ever. It all shifted when consoles went online. Suddenly, you could patch a game after release. And slowly, patches stopped being just the safety net. They became the entire fucking trampoline. At first, it was kinda great. Nice, they fixed that bug that broke the final achievement I need for a platinum. Guess I won't have to snap and eat the disc this time. But then day one updates slowly became the norm. Oh, and let me tell you something. Growing up in Australia with internet that ran on 2 tin cans and some string, downloads were hell. My average download speed was 80 kilobytes a second. I remember trying to download the Derrisa zombie map for COD World at War. 1.2 gigabytes. I had to drag my whole TV and PS3 to the modem, plug it all in and let it run for like 4 hours. Oh, and if the internet cut out, bad luck, start again. I remember it finally finishing and then saying it was corrupted. But look, sometimes early access works, like Hades, Baldur's Gate 3, Slay the Spire, those games used it well. But for every one of those games, you get a dozen games with roadmaps that start promising, but get abandoned after a couple of patches. Early access is a tool, but it's also the perfect excuse. Then the infamous live service games started showing up and took it even further. Now it's not about launching a game, it's about launching just enough to hook you, and hoping you're still around when it's actually worth playing. And on top of that, a ton of games need internet connection just to launch. If the servers go down, so does your game. You didn't buy a product, you bought a permission slip. Physical games today are just basically physical receipts. And look, I'm not against digital only if it means less waste, but we're still just pressing millions of plastic discs every year. Waste in games isn't new. Remember E.T. on Atari? That game was so bad they buried millions of unsold copies in the desert. Literal landfill. Today we're still filling landfills, just with shiny boxes that don't actually do anything. Did you know that last year alone, disc waste could fill 100,000 Olympic swimming pools? Nope, made that up. But believable, right? Now you don't know what's real. But chef, why does this keep happening, I hear you ask? The answer, as always,
Money!
It's cheaper, it's safer, it's way more profitable to launch now and fix later. Game development is brutal, deadlines are tight. Hype demands release now, not when the game's actually ready. Developers want more time, but publishers say, just ship it. Sometimes the gamble pays off. No Man's Sky came back, Cyberpunk 2077 turned things around, but those games had massive teams, big budgets, and second chances. Most games don't. And more importantly, they shouldn't have to. We shouldn't be relieved that something's finally good. We should be impressed that it was good from the start. For players, all this means one thing: distrust. You can't trust trailers, you can't trust the disc, you can't even trust launch day. Every new release feels like a gamble. Will it run? Will it be complete? I've lost count of how many times I've seen people say I'll just wait until it's 50% off next month. This cycle breeds apathy. For players, burnout. For devs, crunch. And of course for publishers, profit. We're all stuck in this broken cycle and the only winners are the executives raking in bonuses from shipping half-baked games. So what if games released finished? No more wait 6 months, no more 80GB patches, just completed games on day one. It's not impossible, indie devs do it all the time. Like look at the recent Clair Obscur Expedition 33, that game's like nearly flawless. And it's made by like 30-40 people. If there's one thing you should take away from this video is that you should just go buy Expedition 33. that game is an instant classic. But yeah, as players, we've got to stop treating broken like it's normal. We need to support the games that respect our time, because when a game does launch polished, complete and ready to go, it feels like magic. A game that doesn't need a roadmap to be worth playing. A game that just works.
The other kids in the block would say, you know, I'm going to play quarterback for the Cowboys. And I'd be like, I'm going to make video games and everyone's going to play them. Like, you dork. Go back to the chess club. Who's laughing now? Yes, I was in the chess club.
If you like this video, then subscribe, or I'll do to you what they did to those millions of copies of ET. This is only my 4th video and we just hit 160 subscribers. I can't say thanks enough for those who are joining me on this journey. Thanks for watching. Take care.